So, Harry, did Boris Johnson really have a manly chat with you before MEGXIT?
Well, not really.
I'm sure I've told you before, Harry. Managing a woman is a tricky task, but not impossible. I mean, sure, it helps when you're devilishly handsome and can quote long swathes of classical literature.
Well, I'm not too great with books, but I am proper hot in the looks department.
Well, it's not everything. But what is essential is that you carefully but clearly and firmly lay down the law, establish a precedent of dominance. Because you must remember, you're committing to this woman, you're committing to her until she's 40, where you can finally trade her in for a newer model. Yeah, so you don't want her popping off with ideas 24/7, do you?
Oh, my Meghan's got loads of ideas. Yeah. Literally can't shut up about them. Yeah. And she'll be turning 40 next year.
Oh, really? Really? Wow, okay, time to get on Tinder, I'd say.
One of her great ideas is that on Valentine's Day, we're going to announce that we're, basically leaving the royal family.
I just hope you didn't tell him anything personal about our plans.
Of course I didn't, my darling little arachnid. He was just going on about his theories. You know Boris. He's always got something to babble on about.
And he always stares at me.
Oh yeah, that's Boris all right. He does it with all the girls. He was even doing it with Ellen DeGeneres the other night. He's harmless.
Well, Harry, he's chatted me up every time I've had any contact with him. Okay, right in front of you. And you don't do anything about it.
Oh, it's Boris. You know Boris.
Harry, he had his hand on my buttocks.
Oh, come on, he would have got little more than a handful of bone.
I was violated.
Yeah, it's Boris. It's Boris. Come on, Cobalt, can you help me out here?
It was Boris, Meghan. I just can't stand the thought of that man knowing all of our personal affairs. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he doesn't. Oh, it's a really clever plan because she knows how valuable we are to the royal family. Her with her uniqueness and her amazingness, and me with my A-level in art. So when we do leave, they're going to be so desperate to have us back that we'll return on better terms and with far more influence.
And you're sure about that? Because I'm not so sure about that.
Well, neither was I, Boris, but Meghan explained it in such a threatening way that I had no choice but to see her point in the end.
I mean, what do you intend on doing, with your lives? I mean, where do you intend on living?
In this place called America. And we're going to be like celebrities, but like royal ones. And Meghan said that everyone's going to find me like really interesting, but they're going to say super interesting, because that's how they talk out there.
Okay, and you believe that?
What choice do I have, Boris? Really, what choice do I have?
Well, you can put your foot down, Harry. You can say what any sane person in your situation would say. And to begin with, you start off by acknowledging the unrivaled privilege that you receive, considering that you're only a few IQ points away from being abnormal, And then you shut the hell up so you don't get found out. That's what you do.
What if you were you, or if you were me?
I'm just saying, I find you interesting, as an experiment, okay? But your brain power is so minute. I mean, you won't survive out there in a world where you're judged on your wit and intellect.
Well, I do appreciate you being so protective, Boris.
And most of these so-called A-listers sound thick to me.
Well, so maybe it won't be a problem.
No, you're in a league, like I said, you're a few IQ points away from having your achievements magnetically attached to a fridge, so everyone can see.
Oh, come on, Boris, that's sweet.
Not when you're 40.
He offered me lots of advice, none of which I took, because instead I listened to my Meghan, I'm not traumatized, my Meghan.
And are you glad that you ignored Boris's advice, Harry, considering how everything turned out? Of course he is. I mean, think about all the projects and documentaries we couldn't have cashed in on, had we not have left.
And the friends we've made. I mean, we're talking about lifelong friendships here. Is that right, Harry?
Well, I'm not always convinced they're my friends.
Oh, really? Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, nothing, my vicious honey badger. I just don't think they particularly like me.
Now remember, Harry, they are a bunch of tricky badgers out there in Yankee Doodle Land. They will chew you up and spit you out.
Well, why? I mean, Meghan says that they'll love me.
You're about as interesting as a Pellegrino-flavoured yogurt.
You like me?
Well, I happen to be on a diet. I mean, they won't treat you with the level of respect that you deserve, and they certainly won't treat you with the gentleness with which I treat you.
Oh, the Yanks love the Brits and the Queen and all that, I'll be talk of the town.
For about 5 minutes, Harry, until they realise how truly moronic you are. Give it a few months and your voracious viper of a wife will be mocking the Queen, and you'll be on a radio show calling the US Constitution bonkers.
Well, it is bonkers.
I would urge you to reconsider, Harry.
And are you content with the decisions you've made, Harry, after ignoring Boris's advice? We're ecstatic.
Yeah, who needs hair? But one correction there, Dr. Jackson. I didn't actually ignore Boris's advice.
But I thought...
Yes, well, that's your weakness, Cobalt. Leave the thinking to people like us.
I really would think long and hard before eloping with this lobotomized mannequin you've married.
Yeah, but we're in love.
Well, I've been in love twice this morning. You can't let it rob you of your composure, Harry. And what is it exactly that you're trying to achieve out there, before you're inevitably welcomed back into the royal fold with open arms, which I seriously doubt?
Yeah, well, we want to become experts on mental health and climate change by flying around the world in a private jet, complaining about how unfair everything is.
Well, that's hypocrisy 101, Harry. And I must say, I find it a rather beautiful thing.
I'd never properly noticed my mental health before because I used to waste far too much time, laughing and being happy. But now my eyes are opened, especially now I've witnessed how easy it is for someone's mental health to be absolutely destroyed.
Whose?
The staff's, Meghan's a relentless bully.
Well, I have to be honest. I've got to be honest. The more nonsensical nonsense we can get the populace to accept, the better chance I have of consolidating my power by floating on the fears of inflated crises.
Pardon?
Yes. The complete destruction of a sensible reality can only assist me in my quest.
What?
I've changed my mind, Harry. Go for it. Embrace it. Fly around the world guzzling gas and fixing mental health or whatever you said. You've got your opportunity. Snatch it with both hands.
He was very supportive.
Oh, perhaps I misjudged him. I mean, by the sounds of things, he has helped us and supported us in, fulfilling our dreams and, reaching our present levels of happiness, right?
That's right, my thorny little pufferfish.
It's time to start clicking those buttons. You got the subscribe button, you got the notification bell, you got the comments button just for the algorithm, whatever that is. And don't forget to look in the description box for some links to how you can support the channel. So if we can support the channel more, we can start making more videos about showing how fabulous I am. Bye!